I'm Sheena Edwards from Switched On Seniors iPad group in Rockingham. We have groups from Merriwa to Mandurah. You can find out about our groups on our webpage at switchedonseniors.net.au. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to use Skype. Now we're going to talk about Skype. You remember I said there were two ways to do it, and we've talked about FaceTime. Skype is another video calling app. And who can use Skype? Anyone with the Skype app on their computer, iPad, iPhone, tablet or smartphone. They need to actually have the app on their device.
Well, that's simple enough to get, is it?
So, for example, on an Apple device, you would go to the App Store and look up Skype, Skype. You will find there's Skype for iPhone, Skype for iPad, and Skype for computers there. So not only you need to have it, but the person you're contacting needs to have it as well. Mm-hmm. On an Android device, they would go to Play Store, or on their computer, they would just look up Skype and go from there. And like any of these things, the first thing you need to do is create an account. So that will mean usually an email address and that dreaded word, a password.
Right.
That's what you'll need to do as the very first. And the same with the other person. Just like you had to sign into FaceTime, you need to be signed into Skype to be able to use it, so as to make sure that you're actually talking to the right person at the other end. Like with FaceTime, you need to get your contact sorted out. So you need to create a Skype contact list. Now the first thing they will do is ask you if they can have access to your contacts on your device. Now that's your decision to make, whether you allow that or not. I'm a bit careful and I tend not to do that.
Will they let you say no?
Yes, but if I say no, then that means I have to put in the people I want on my Skype contact list manually myself. So there's a downside in saying no, but that's a decision I make and you make your own decision. I do that because I don't believe necessarily everybody on my contact list has given me permission to give their information to Skype, and so I protect their information and only put people I choose on Skype. But different people do it a different way and make their own decisions. So that's the very first thing you'll be asked, to give permission to access your contact list. If you say no, that's fine, but you will need to create your own Skype contact list. Mm-hmm. So if you haven't allowed them to use your contact list, you can search for people on Skype by using the search bar at the top. And
I just type in
the name or email address or something like that. Sometimes if it's a name, it might have a location, because of course there might be a lot of people with the same name. So you've really got to look a little bit harder to find the person you want using that method.
So you could try anybody with the name and a suburb, say.
Well, you can try anybody, even if you didn't know the suburb, but you might not get the right person. And you might even get requests from people you don't know if they can put you on their Skype contact list. I would suggest that if you don't know them, you don't give them permission. And it's worth knowing that that can happen, because they've used a search bar, they've found your name. They may be looking for somebody else with the same name, or they might just be trying to find anyone. So it isn't such a good idea to say yes to somebody you don't know.
No, definitely not.
When you find the person that you think you want to add to your contacts, you click on to add contacts, and the message will actually be sent to them asking for permission to be added to your contacts. And the same if somebody else wants to add you to their contacts, you'll be sent a message that allows you to give permission or not.
So how could I be certain it's not a scam wanting permission? I mean, what sort of an insignia would come up on my machine? So.
Well, nothing is going to guarantee that. You've got to be vigilant, and you have to take responsibility that you know who the person is. And if you're in doubt, don't. You know, if you think it's the right, try contacting them yourself, and if you think it's the right person, they'll probably give permission for you to contact them. Once you're both on Skype, you can then contact each other, and it's very like FaceTime, with the other person's picture on the screen and your picture in a small box at the side. When you call them or they call you, if they call you, you tap the green button to accept the call. If you're calling them, you'll use your contacts to do that. You can actually add extra people. So if you've got, for like me, I've got one of my children's in America and one of my children's in Melbourne. If I wanted to talk to them both at the same time, I could do it. I could use the plus button and put an extra person on.
Oh, how lovely.
So, you know, we've just had a family birthday for my husband, and we had all of us having our birthday party on Skype because we couldn't do it face to face. So that's the kind of thing you can do.
I've heard of people sharing a meal together.
Yes.
Someone in Italy and someone in Perth, and they have a meal together.
So all of us had a cake and we cut it and sang happy birthday.
Oh, how lovely.
So that's the kind of thing you can do with a video call.